So I was gonna wear my glasses in this video, but when I put them on, it honestly looked like I had makeup running down my face, and I don't know why. So I decided just to take them off because it doesn't look like that otherwise. And also a little side note, I did a quick the hair tutorial that's going around for heatless waves right now, where it's like you use the rope tie and you sleep in it overnight. And for a first attempt, it's not bad. I know I didn't do a great like the greatest job on it, but I don't mind it. So, anyways, let's get into it. This video, I figured I have a few products that are broken. Mainly the product itself is broken when the packaging is broken. So I figured why not do a little video on them. And maybe like side note, all of these broke because I somehow let them slip and dropped them, or they fell off a shelf and broke. So it's not the product, it's not the packaging, it's just me. And I don't know, probably shouldn't handle products anymore. All except for one. The one that actually inspired me to do this video is just because of like how dirty it is. I wanted to do like a broken slash dirty makeup product video. And this one is very dirty, but it's also broken. One shade, it's a palette, so one shade is very broken, and I figured I have more broken products than I do like dirty packaging products, so I just kept it towards the broken side of this. Um, that palette we're gonna get into in just a minute, but I have 5 products all together here. We're going to start off with the smaller ones first just because it's easier. So I have 2 blushes, 2 single eyeshadows, and then I also have the palette. So first I'm going to start off with my blushes, and I'm going to start off with this one just because it's the oldest product that I have in this little group here. So this is my MAC blush in the color Peaches, and what's broken about this is the actual packaging. This plastic part, it fell. Like I said, all these fell, and it's just completely broken out of there. But I do love this blush. I use it a lot in like fall and winter, so I'm not gonna get rid of it just because like there's nothing wrong with the product. It's just this plastic piece that fell out. So it is a little annoying to try and like close this and make sure that it's like in there and like I don't know, closes properly, I guess, but I need it to protect the blush, so that's that one, and I'm just obviously going to keep that. I'm not getting rid of any of these things. A couple of them I want to start using up, which I'll talk about when I got there, but I'm not getting rid of any of these. This is my Tarte blush in the color Celebrated, and this one, when I open it up, you're not going to be able to tell that it's broken. Because what happened is when it fell, the pan came out and it landed face up, and I was so surprised because it landed face up, but it was perfectly intact. And I was like, thank God. Like, I prayed to whoever was out there to be like, thank you for not letting this blush break on me, because that would have been a mess to clean up. So I managed to put it back in here. Everything's fine, but it did break out from the actual packaging. And I know that people depot these things, so it's not technically like broken, but it broke on me when I wasn't expecting it. These next 2 are single eyeshadows, and these broke at the exact same time. One a little more so, a lot more so than the other. So I had to really press the shadows back into the packaging. And that was a disaster because they somehow fell off a shelf and like did this big circus act and landed in my bathtub, and they landed perfectly fine, closed and whatnot, but as I just dropped one, I don't want to break it. They're sitting on my knees right now, probably not the smartest thing to do. But when I opened them after they had landed in my bathtub, oh boy, were they broken. So the first one that I'm going to go in with is the one that I just dropped, the one that's not so bad. This is by NARS, and this is in the shade Himalayan, and there we go. So the packaging is a little messy, but as you can see that the shadow itself had to be like pressed back together, and I tried cleaning up the packaging as much as I could and got it all back in there. I don't remember if the pan on this one came out or not, or if it was just the shadow that kind of like broke and crumbled and I had to push back together, but This one I don't reach for as much, and I want to start reaching for them just to use them up a little bit. This one I'm not as worried about because it doesn't look so bad. But this next one, and I am so sad because I absolutely love this shade. It's the only single that I have from Tarte, and it's in the color Poker Face. Now, when I open this, like, you were going to see what I mean by it was worse than that, because boy, is it a disaster. Like, it is just so messy. I don't want to hold it too straight up because I don't want anything to fall out, because I've already had fallout over here on my computer. So let's not do that. But the mirror, there we go. The mirror is just dirty. The shadow itself, I've had to press this back together a few times. I've taken it and I have fallout coming out on this already. When I do dip my finger into it, which is how I want to use it, just dip my finger in, run it across my lids, do a really quick eye look like that. I've done that a few times with this, and when I do, like, there's still so much fallout and crumbling, and I have to always like repress it back together and try and clean it up. But this I need to start focusing on more and get rid of. So that's going to be a goal. But there is one product which I need to focus on a lot more before I even go to this Tarte shadow, which sounds kind of crazy, but there is. And this is the palette that inspired this whole video, inspired this whole thought. I was gonna do more of like a dirty slash broken makeup video, but more of my makeup is actually broken than I have with like dirty packaging. This one, though, this one is both, so you know that's why it kind of inspired me to do this. And I'm so, so sad because I absolutely love this palette. I've thought about repurchasing it, and even though it gets super dirty, and even though I have one shadow in here that is just, I can't even like keep it up the same way, my palette has to stay flat because it's just like shrinking, it seems like, and I have fallout all over this palette. So it's going to be a little hard to show you, but I'm going to try my best. So this is the Soft Glam palette by ABH, and I was going to repurchase this. Like, back before Christmas time, they had like the ABH, the Soft Glam, and the Norvina like duo set. It came with this like big packaging thing, and I wanted it because I have both of those palettes. Like, and I'd have a backup for both. I never did buy it, but this this is all besides the point. Anyway, so the shadow in here, it's almost like every time I open it up, it's just like even more crumbled or something. So, first off, it's an absolutely dirty palette. Like, there's so much fallout all over the place. Like, if you can kind of see, there's like a smudge down there, but it's this shade right here, and it's gonna be really hard to show you. But if you can see that without me tilting it too much, it is so broken. So, I really want to work on that shade, you know, dip my finger into it over the eyes and out the door. If you watched one of my other previous videos, it's like the getting ready projects or something like that. I've been wanting to focus on this palette anyways, just because I've hit pan on a couple of shades. Spoiler alert, I hit pan on another one. And I was going to focus on it shade by shade because I want to actually use up the product, not just hit pan. And I've been doing that, but I think I'm going to switch shades. I've been focusing on burnt orange because that was one of the ones that I had already hit pan on, and I'm going to switch to this shade here. I'm not even going to like, I can't even read the name because there's product like covering it, and I'm not going to clean it up right now because I'm going to get it everywhere. I'm going to work on that, and as soon as I'm done that shade, then I'll go back to working on the rest of the palette. Clean it up a bit because it is super dirty. But I am so, so sad. I mean, repurchasing this is like, it's still a thought, it's still a thing. But just because of like how that broke, like, I'm kind of on the fence about it. But I mean, it's something I'll decide at the time when I'm actually done with this palette, and I do plan on being completely done with that palette. But yeah, so those are the 5 products that I've had. Like I said, well, I think I said, I've had other products that have broken on me, but I have just gotten rid of them instead of holding on to them because they've broken to the point where I can't use them anymore and they would just be taking up space. And I'm trying to declutter my makeup. I just did a video on that yesterday, so go check that out if you want to see what I got rid of. And while I was going through and finding this makeup, I found other products that I want to get rid of. A lot more like lip products and stuff like that. So I'm gonna do a video probably pretty soon on that stuff. So keep an eye out for that. I might do a skincare one also. But I do need to do a video on like, well, I don't need to do a video, but I need to go through all of my makeup and like not declutter it. But I do plan on listing my house pretty soon, so I need to tidy up all the makeup that I have in my bathroom and only keep certain products in there so it doesn't look crazy. So I think I might film that because I think that would be pretty fun. It's gonna be pretty crazy. I would have to like break it up into different parts. I might just do like blushes and highlights as one, palettes as another, just to kind of narrow it down because there's a lot in there. So I think I'm gonna do that this weekend because I'm off today and tomorrow, and then I go back to work on Wednesday. So I think I'm gonna do that one pretty soon. Maybe not right away, but next-ish. So keep an eye out for that as well because I'm actually excited to do that. That's gonna be a tough one trying to decide what I'm keeping, what I'm not. But okay, before I keep rambling off on other video ideas and stuff like that, let me know down below. Do you have any makeup that you have had issues with? And like I said, I have these products that are broken because of me, not the brand, not the packaging, not the actual product, but because of me. The Soft Glam one, I'm not sure if I actually dropped it or not. I honestly can't remember. But does anybody else have issues with that Soft Glam palette, or is it just me and maybe it's just my luck? Should I repurchase the new one once I finish this? Because I don't want to have to go through all of this again with another palette. What products do you have that are broken? Is it the packaging? Is it the actual product? Would you repurchase those broken products? Are you just tossing them out, or do you keep them and use them and try to get rid of them as quick as possible? Let me know down below. Hopefully, I'm not the only one and I don't feel like I'm insane and crazy and, just shouldn't handle products anymore. But okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. Hope you all have a great day because it's early morning here, so I've got a day to go. And I will see you all later. Bye.